Hey, girlfriends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Angela Jordan Perry with Girlfriend's Guide to Homeschooling. I am here today with Tina Ramsay out of South Carolina. Woo-hoo! So Tina and I just had an awesome interview, which you can check out on the podcast, which is Girlfriends Chat with Angela Jordan Perry. You can get the full interview there. So this is just a teaser. One of the points that Tina mentioned that was so poignant that we need to dive in a little bit deeper and just have her expound upon that. So you want to learn all about Tina, you can read the show notes, and again, go over to the full interview on the podcast Girlfriends Chat with Angela Jordan Perry on all of your podcast stations, okay? So be sure to check out the interview. But Tina, one of the things you mentioned in the interview was how to, about keeping home a safe haven while homeschooling. And as I mentioned, that could be so much. So this is why we're diving in deeper. What are you talking about specifically? So expound upon that, Tina, keeping your home a haven while you're homeschooling your kids.
Well, like you just said, that can go any direction,
Right.
But we're going to focus on a couple things. Like, for number one, we know as homeschoolers, we're not how can I say it? We are not immune to stress. Mm-hmm. In fact, sometimes the homeschooling experience can add on more stress. And so we need to learn how to emotionally dive into that to make it our home a safe haven by making sure we deal with the uncertainty when we're dealing with different stuff. And we need to make sure that the learning experience is a learning experience that's created by love. And we know we created by love, but we need to keep it on that format, because sometimes we can get so caught up in the list, right, that we make our safe haven a battle zone. The children feel like, oh my goodness, I can't do this right, I can't do that right, I have to do this, that, and the third, and I have to have it done. Well, that's the time for us to step back, do a self-analysis, and be flexible and adjust. Yeah. Homeschooling does not mean perfection. And a lot of us, we are adversely doing that, but we don't realize it. Yeah. So if you notice that you only happy if you have X amount of paperwork done or X amount of books covered, then you need to do some reevaluation, because it's not about how many workbooks you completed, how many books you completed. It has something to do with it. But that is not the whole essence of it. What about the learning experience? What about the life skill development? What about the person that you are helping to mold and shape to go into society? Yeah. What about that? Yeah. And so, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, is there any time specific where you can say that I know my home was a battle zone? It was not a safe haven for homeschooling, and then what jarred you out of that? Fact
I was so determined, because as we did with the other interview, I was so determined to prove all those people wrong about my child, that he wouldn't be able to do this, that, and the third. I was so determined in the beginning that I lost the essence of what made me me and what made our learning experience unique and special, because I was so absorbed with, I know they're wrong, and I know he can learn, and I am going to do everything to figure it out, and which I did. But at some point it became stressful, and I had to learn how to put the fun back into the homeschooling and not be so focused on what other people see, what other people think, just focus on our journey, our family, and making it a safe place for him to feel like learning, because you have to, emotionally speaking, you have to have the feeling to learn, emotionally speaking. And so I had to really get that, because I'm a type A personality. And once I did, I was able to see my son do the breakthroughs that we were all talking about during the interview. And I was able to do a breakthrough on a personal level for myself, learning not to think so much about what other people are thinking and saying and judging my son or judging me, but focus on what I know that's real and unique and special with our family. I know it's better than anybody else. Right. And so I had to learn to stop worrying about that, because what we're going to do, we're going to do. And we're going to do it well and the best of our ability. And so I had to learn how to do that. And once I did, they saw his greatness later on. I didn't have to show it, so I had to be focused on us and just learn to let it go. The unnecessary stress. I was
Right.
doing a lot of stressful things to myself, and I didn't realize it until I sat back and do a self-analysis. I do a self-analysis on myself every 30 days.
Okay.
And I sit back and I do a write-up on myself, like, Tina, what can you do to improve? What
That's
you didn't do
good.
well?
That's good.
And yeah, and so sometimes it's hard to look at yourself in the mirror and you be like, oh, but that's how we had our breakthroughs, and that's how we continue to have our breakthroughs, and learning to enjoy the journey while you're on the journey. So I won't look back and say, I wish I would have did that. Oh, I wish we would have tried it. Oh, I wish I would have been a little bit more relaxed in that. No, I'm living that now. So I won't be saying, oh, I regret this. Nope. If I feel that we need to be doing this on this day, dealing with our homeschooling, then that's what we're going to do. If I see that they need to be doing this and that, even if it's not according to my schedule, we're going to shift and we're going to do that.
That's
And
beautiful.
I had to learn it. It's not something that it came up. I had to really learn it. And then
you had to give yourself the freedom to say, that's okay to make this shift and to do that. You had to learn it, but also give yourself the freedom.
You get the freedom to be okay.
Yeah.
That's the powerful thing. I had to be okay with it.
Yeah.
And once I was okay, they was okay. And so then we incorporated things with our food, our diet, our exercise that naturally help with the positivity of emotions and stuff. So we use essential oils, we use food, we use natural products, all to enhance the positivity, the wellness of our bodies, our minds, so that we can absorb and take in all of this amazingness. Because sometimes you're so depleted health-wise, you can't take in anything positive or good because your body is so depleted with negativity or so depleted with bad stuff. And so we had to detox, purge emotionally, and we had to do the very same thing physically and emotionally. And once we learned the balance, it's the balance. I mean, it's a breakthrough. So no one like, well, Tina did. I'm like, nope. Done been there, done that. I know what works for us, and I know what don't work for us. It may work for you, but that doesn't work for us, and I'm fine with that. So find what your normal is and be okay.
That's awesome. So as we wrap up, give us a picture. So if people are saying, yes, I understand, create this safe haven from homeschool. Okay, what does that look like? Can you give us this? I know it's going to be euphoric. This euphoric picture of what a safe haven safe home and homeschool. Let me see. Keep home a safe haven while homeschooling. Tell us what this haven looks like in our home as we're homeschooling.
The cool thing is the haven looks however you want it to look. The haven is imperfection. We traditionally in our mind think that when we do school, we have to be sitting at a desk or we have to be in an isolated room. Well, beauty, the safe haven is teaching your child on your bed, watching a movie, going to the kitchen table, just talking or doing your work there, teaching them how to cook and learn fractions from cooking foods, of building a life skill, and then also doing it the other way, traditional way. Your safe haven is whatever you desire it to be. And even if it don't look perfect.
That's it, girlfriend.
Yeah, drop the perfection. Just drop it.
Make it happen. Make it happen. Be creative. Think outside the box. Find out what your kids need. Just make it your own. Basically.
That's the key word. Make it your own. That's
the safe haven for the Ramsay family may not be the safe haven what it looks like for the Parrott family, for the Jones family, for the Perez family. It's all going to be different. We get to create that safe haven. And the beautiful thing is we get to do it together with our kids and this is something that you just said made me think I need to do this with my kids more often. Okay, what is it that you want to do? Not what you want to do, but what do you want to add? Or what do we need to change? Do this 30-day critiquing of our homeschool, our safe haven, every 30 days. What need to shift? What need to change? What do we need to add? What do we need to get rid of? What are y'all tired of? That's good. That's good stuff, Tina. And I'm going to tell you guys, I get so much out of these podcasts and these interviews because I'm telling you, when you've been doing something for 20 years, it's almost like a marriage. When you've been married for a long time, you just get in the routine of doing what you've been doing and you keep doing it. And you're living, it's happening, it's functioning, it's working, but it may not be life-giving. It might not be serving you well, and you might need to shift and change and adjust and make those things happen. So as I do these interviews and and talk to all these homeschoolers all over the world, you all should think that my homeschool should be the perfect thing ever, perfect, which we don't need to have, but the most safe haven ever. But I'm still constantly learning and growing. So I thank you for your insights, Tina, because you gave me something to think about. Every 30 day, do a self-critique, not only self-critique, but it's a critique of the homeschooling with the involvement of our kids, what needs to change, and what the students who are learning in this safe haven. So thank you, Tina. Again, just words and nuggets, insights, and things that we can definitely chew on. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So girlfriends, take it and run with it. And I hope this has been life-giving to you. And I pray that this has served you well as this teaser. And I'm telling you, if you enjoyed this little bit from Tina, go on over to the podcast and listen to the whole interview. And she got a lot of information she shared there. Just a lot of things we dove into, how her son has special needs, or special learning disabilities or differences, and how she overcame those. So you all check it out. Go over to the podcast. Okay. So thanks again, Tina. This is Angela Jordan with Girlfriend's Guide to Homeschooling. And it's my delight as always to serve you and yours and bring this community. We're building a community of those who are homeschooling. Hashtag we homeschool too. And our kids are thriving. We are getting it done. And even in the midst of COVID-19, we're adjusting and making the changes and checking in emotionally and doing what we got to do to make this happen. So peace to all of you as you are walking this journey. As of this recording, we're in the middle of COVID-19. Peace to you all, and strength and encouragement for this journey. And do your emotional check-in, like Tina mentioned in the interview. Do some assessment. Is mama okay? Are the kids okay? Is this heaviness that's in the house that you're not aware of? Check in, okay? All right. Peace, everyone. Take care. Thanks, Tina.
You're welcome.